What's up, guys? The official Endgame trailer for the Super Bowl came out last night, and I was going to share it last night, but my video got messed up and I was trying to edit it and I just didn't want to deal with it. So I'm just going to go ahead and play the video and then talk about a few things, and then I'll leave you at it. Just a few things that I had some thoughts on. So here we go.
Some people move on, but not us. Not us.
Let's stop that right there. That's one of those double feature trailer videos. Anyway, so we saw that other trailer already. Just to go back on this trailer here, we're going to start from the beginning. I'm going to look at a couple of my photos on my phone that I, if I could somehow get to it. I gotta go right here. All right. Let's see, where does nothing? Okay. So here we are. So in the beginning, they show you a real quick snap of Marvel up until now, and what this is there's a double purpose for this. Double purpose meaning that there's two reasons why they show these real quick images of these particular folks before the trailer even comes on and before the Marvel Studios banner come on. So up until now, we have had all kinds of franchises in and of itself coming and colluding together, communing as one, but they broke them down in these little snippets. Right here we see Wasp, which represents Ant-Man and the Wasp. We see Falcon, which represents one of the newer Avengers that has come up recently. Then you have Spider-Man. Then you have Guardians of the Galaxy. Then you have Black Panther. And also you have the character which we all admire in Marvel Universe, Nick Fury. And we also have our brother Vision here. And we have his companion, the Scarlet Witch. I think that was the last one. So we see all of these people, all of these groups, and what some commentaries would have you believe is that this is just the culmination of Marvel franchises coming together, which is all good and well. I'll agree with you, but I'll do you one further. I'll do you one better. Why is Gamora? No, I'm sorry, I forgot my lines. No, I got a video depicting all the Avengers that were not just decimated but were also alive. And if you go back into my videos, you'll see the discussion of the Reality Stone. I made that discussion very plain in that video. When you go back to it, you'll see what I'm talking about. In all of these pictures, you see a common thread once again. That's the color red. And you may ask yourself, why? Why color red? Because all that you see here, although they are decimated, supposedly, you know, Wasp was decimated, Falcon was decimated, Peter Parker was decimated, 4 of the Guardians were decimated, 3 of the Guardians were decimated. Gamora was in the Soul World or whatever. She was dropped on over a cliff. Then you have, you know, T'Challa. And then you have Nick Fury at the end of Infinity War. And then you have the murder of our peace bot Vision. And also we have the decimation of Wanda Maximoff as well. And so all of these people do not just represent past franchises. They represent the decimated. But not only do they represent the decimated, they also, in addition with the artwork that I shared in another video, all share the color red as a common theme throughout. And so as we go forward, we see Marvel Studios, Decimation, 10 is in red, representing the 10 years, blah, blah, blah. But red is what it's really alluding to. So let's go back to the video real quick, and we're gonna play, and I'm gonna go ahead and did I put it in the beginning? Yes, I did. All right, good. New York City is where I'm at. There you go.
Some people move on.
So we see in the first couple seconds, New York City, a couple of shots, the Statue of Liberty being one of them, and also the City Field where the Booty Mets play. The Booty Mets, the Mets, the garbage baseball team of New York. All of that looks ransacked. And they go to a picture where it looks like an AA meeting, but it's not an AA meeting. It's like one of those veterans type meeting places for people with what you call that not a disorder, that I can't think of the name. PTSD. People who lost loved ones or are suffering from PTSD, from shell shock. Like Vietnam vets used to go to for counseling. It looks like a counseling hall where they are surrounded themselves in a circle talking about the lives that are lost, the people that affected them in the decimation. And so the sign, you can see them in the background, but the sign in the foreground says, "Where do we go now that they're gone?" Alluding to not just soldiers, but people altogether. And so it's not just soldiers, it's 50% of humanity, or all living things, I should say, gone, and they don't know what to do about that. A lot of their friends are gone, family gone right before their faces. They don't know how to explain that, so they're going to these meetings, and Cap is among them. And what's funny is that Cap looks real salty in this picture. Look at his face. He looked like, man, I don't know, I can't be this all-American, do good, I feel righteous, justice running through my veins feeling anymore. He looks embittered. He looks salty. He looks angry. He looks like, I don't know what to do. And if I don't find out what to do, I don't know what to do with myself. What good is my strength and my power? What good is my presence in this earth if I can't do nothing about what just happened here? That's the look on his face. And he is rolling that tongue in his mouth like, man, I can't believe this happened. He is gripping at his jaws. And so this is what we're seeing.
Bananas.
What I like about that statement is, a lot of people would run away, or a lot of people would just give up, but not us. And so even though he's embittered, he's calling back to the name Avengers. Because that is the name, that is the meaning, that is the namesake of the word Avengers. We're going to avenge those that we lost. We are the Avengers. And so what's left of us, although we're just few, although we're not as great as we once were, we're not going to give up. We're the Avengers, not us. Talking about Avengers. And so I think they're alluding to the name Avengers. And I think I got a funny feeling that Endgame may not be the title. It may be just something that they're throwing out there for fans. But they're gonna after the Captain Marvel, comes out, they're gonna show a trailer with the true name of the Avengers 4 title. For some reason, I don't believe that Avengers Endgame. Even though I guessed it from when I walked out of the theater of Infinity War, I said, oh, that's the name of the movie. I know that's the name of the movie. Everybody thought that was the name. Everybody knew that was the name. And even the Russos said that's not the name. But, the Russos are a bunch of trolls and liars. I don't really take too much of what they say. I take a lot of what they say with a grain of salt, because they're trying to come at you with a left hook, showing you a right. And I think this is what's happening right now. I don't believe Captain Marvel is going to be a big deal, but I don't believe that Endgame is the title, and that's just something on the side. And so we see Cap alluding to the idea of us, meaning the Avengers, meaning we're not going to give up. We're coming back. We're going to take a vengeance on the people that did us wrong. And just there, you saw Tony and Gamora. Tony and Gamora working on something, and you see that Tony is in his black shirt. Now, I don't know where you get that. Yes, he does have the thing in his chest. It's just for show. It's not something that he needs for him to stay alive, but it's something that's still in him, and he's still powered. Whatever it's powered by in it, it still has a little bit of power left in it. And Gamora is working on some stuff. She's a person who's made out of many parts and stuff. I think Tony and Gamora is coming up with an idea to get themselves back to Earth. I'm not sure if they're going to get rescued. All these ideas and theories about Pepper Potts putting on the rescue armor and coming to get Tony, that's all good and well. I don't think that's going to happen. The idea of Thor and Rocket Raccoon getting together to go look for the Benatar, which Tony and Tony and Nebula is on. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think Tony is gonna Iron Man 1 himself out of this. Along with Nebula, obviously. This scene right here, I think that we see something here that's going to happen probably perhaps in the middle of the movie, which comes along to help or give hope to the remaining Avengers, and they're looking up to the sky, and I think they're going to see Tony and Nebula coming back home. Now, barring my idea that I don't think Thor or Rocket Raccoon is going to go get Tony, if they do, I think they're the ones who may be most likely the ones who are going to go get them if Tony and Nebula are not the ones, Iron Man wanting themselves out of that situation. So this scene right here may be that Rocket Raccoon and Thor went out, and now they're bringing the Benatar back because they found Tony and Nebula. And so this scene may be that particular scene where the Benatar is about to make a landing on Avengers headquarters. Now we see Rocket Raccoon, and I don't know where he's at. Rocket Raccoon opens the door to some kind of shed. The shed, I'm not really sure, but it could be a place where he's staying. He didn't want to stay with the people. This is just me guessing. Right here at this point, I'm guessing. I think that the Avengers that are remaining in a specific part of the movie will be going out to recruit other people with powers that they know. Now, because I got to get to work, I got to get moving. So I'm going to talk while driving. So the idea is that Rocket Raccoon is opening this door to some kind of shed on what appears to be some kind of island. And I think this may be somewhere in the vicinity of what's this guy, Ronan, Hawkeye's residence. When the Avengers went to his house, they all stayed there for a night, I guess. And I think Rocket Raccoon probably doesn't feel very well enough to stay with these people. He wants some time alone, so he goes out and he goes to that shed, possibly where the deer equipment is. So anyway, Rocket Raccoon opens the door to that. So this is what I think that is. I think that's that area. I could be completely wrong, but I think that's where that is. He's staying there. We got Natasha Romanoff doing target practice. We saw Ant-Man and Rhodey. We saw Thor, and then right here, this scene right here, Thor coming out to an opening, an aperture of a what looks like maybe a ship. I think this may be, and this is another thing that I just thought of just now, if they're looking up into the sky, it may be that it's Thor's people also. It may be Valkyrie, Korg, Meek, and all the rescued Asgardians that made it out alive from Thanos' attack on Avengers Infinity War. And so this may be the ship that that comes, and they see their eyes are up above the earth looking up. They may be seeing that ship come and making touchdown on where Avengers headquarters is. And Thor the next day, or a couple of hours later, is surveying the ship, and it comes out to an opening and sees this problem. Or he may be directing them to a place in Norway, which was alluded to in Thor Ragnarok by Odin. This is home. Asgard is where Asgardians are, and Asgardians are Asgard. That's what he was trying to say in essence. So it's 39 degrees in the car right now. It's pretty much a heat wave going on. It used to be cold. All right, we got Ronan, and then we got Cap latching on to what looks like a shield. Now we know that this is not the broken shield that we saw in visions and dreams, because that's probably not the time, and it may not even happen. But we also know that this is not the shield that was ripped, that had rips in it because of this guy, Black Panther, ripping, clawing at it. And so that's not the shield. This is the prototype shield, the brand new shield that he would receive. So being that he has this shield, I'm thinking Tony has made it back to Earth and now makes amends with this guy Cap, and they're saying us, not us. Cap is talking about us, a collective us, meaning me, Tony, all the rest of the rescued Avengers, those that were not decimated. We're all together, and we got a bigger problem, not something that happened years ago and was out of our hands. We have to let bygones be bygones and go from here. Tony and Cap makes up. This is going to be one of those pivotal moments, that Iron Man gives him his shield back, or a shield that he was working on for Cap. And so that's what's happening right here. That's what I believe. And that's pretty much what the thing is. All right, so let's go back to these pictures that I got here. Let's go back to the pictures. So in my gallery, we saw Tony, we saw Rocket Raccoon. This picture right here, we see heading the line is Captain America. Then right after Cap with his shield, you got Thor. Right after Thor, you have Natasha Romanoff. And right after Natasha, you have Rocket Raccoon. And then I believe after Rocket Raccoon, you have Ant-Man. And then you have Rhodey in his armor, walking right after Ant-Man. And right behind Rhodey, there is an image, but it's kind of blurred. I believe that to be Banner, and I believe that it's not going to just be a picture of Banner. It's going to be a picture of the Hulk. They did a reverse Infinity War trailer on us. Whereas in Infinity War, we had the Hulk running through Wakanda, and we did not see the Hulk. We saw Banner. Now we see an in-game trailer showing Banner, where we're not going to see Banner. We're going to see the Hulk. And that's going to be a great image to see as his silhouette crosses that scene in the hangar. That scene in the hangar. And so, yeah, that's what we're looking at here. Again, that's the picture of them looking up in the sky, in the night sky. You got Ronan looking up also, probably because a Quinjet is coming to see what he's doing, what he's all about. We have Thor looking down at something. This is probably a previous image in another deleted footage, because this doesn't even look like it has anything to do with Endgame. That this may be an image from Infinity War, a deleted scene. This right here is Natasha Romanoff, of course, taking target practice. And this is a still image of Ant-Man putting his mask on, and then Rhodey soon after puts his mask on. Seems like they're masking and gearing up because something came into Avengers Tower and they're gearing up. So obviously there must be a threat in Avengers Tower. Now, what that could be, I don't know. I'm thinking, I'm gonna throw this out there, but I'm not really sure. It could be a Skrull, and maybe because Ant-Man is not Ant-Man, and maybe he's a Skrull, and that he shows his true colors in Avengers headquarters. But the Skrull is going to be working with Avengers, knowing that even the Skrulls were decimated. Half of them were decimated as well. So I don't know. I just threw that out there as a theory. Again, the hangar picture, and then you have Cap, pulling, strapping on his shield, making sure it's tight, because he's about to go to war. And that's it, y'all. That was the Avengers Endgame trailer for the Super Bowl. I think we're going to probably receive maybe one more, maybe one type of Wakanda type trailer, where it's going to be filled with a little bit more action image, like people gearing up to move. And so that's what I think is going to be next on the agenda here. So I hope y'all enjoyed that. I hope y'all gained something out of it. See y'all around. This is LS Illuminate. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. I want to try to build up this thing from my bare minimum of subscribers. Right now, I think I like 5 subscribers, 6 subscribers. Make it 7, y'all. Make it 8. Make it 10. Make it 10,000. Okay, so I'll see y'all around. Bye-bye.